In the digital world, online reviews hold a lot of power over a business, but what happens when you get a bad one? Quentin Weber got a bad one. We're going to meet him now and find out what went wrong and how he fixed it. Well, kia ora, Quentin. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
No worries. No worries. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, how important are these online reviews for a business?
Well, they're pretty important. I mean, a lot of people will actually go to the Google, listings, the map listings, and look to see, what those sort of local companies' reviews look like before they actually choose a business. And so, if you're obviously floundering with, bad reviews, then that can obviously negatively impact the business.
So, when you get a bad review, I mean, it's kind of easy, isn't it, for a keyboard warrior to give a bad review, and, sometimes it's unfair. Can you have them removed?
There are some, options for getting them removed. Google does have a process where you can report the review, but Google's pretty strict in terms of not sort of allowing businesses to just quite willingly go in and remove reviews that they deem, negative to their business, because they want to try and reflect the true representation of a business online. So you can go in and report the review, and obviously if there's particular language used in the review, or if it is fake, a fake review, you can get that removed. But sometimes even if it is a fake review, Google will still actually say, no, that review will still remain up because they haven't actually said anything wrong. So it is quite difficult to remove a review with that process, but it can be done.
So you obviously have first-hand experience of this. How did you get your, a 1-star review?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I wrote an article for Stuff last week. And I guess the headline of the article was, calling out the infamous Elon Musk.
Yes.
And but really the bulk of the article didn't have anything to do with Elon Musk. It was an article about some marketing advice on how people could, help their business along with some solid marketing advice. But one particular person perhaps felt umbrage, in terms of what was said in the headline, probably more than the rest of the article, and decided to write a review, a 1-star review.
So how did you respond to that at the moment?
Funnily, I was going to respond, and I found that they've actually removed it.
Oh.
That is one way that a review can be removed, where the user can actually go in and actually remove it themselves. So he, whether he thought better of it or not, I don't know, but it's not there anymore. But saying that, there have been a couple of other keyboard warriors, as you referred to them earlier, since this article came out the other day on Stuff, that have given me some more 1-star reviews. So just to add to the collection, and some of them haven't, one of them hasn't actually left any feedback at all. So you can obviously, when you leave a review, you can write a little bit of comment about, your experience, and they've just basically done a 1-star review with no feedback at all. And neither of them have we dealt with before. So it's kind of a bit of a head scratcher that these people have taken time out of their day and kind of, trolled us online. So, but it can happen. And so it's important to kind of, take a deep breath and maybe not feel it so personally, that these people are, because it is you're a business. So,
Yes.
don't take it personally. There may be something that one of your staff has actually done. So you kind of need to just assess the situation, and sort of just kind of really assess, if something was actually wrong with the person's, experience with the business. So, I mean, I like to always sort of say, if you're going to respond to a review, you need to use the three A's.
Mm-hmm.
And really that's about, first of all, apologizing, because everyone likes if they've had a bad experience, to receive an apology. We're sorry you had a bad experience at our organization, at our restaurant, or at our business, or whatever it might be. And then accept the feedback. And then, so that might be, actually saying, well, we accept that this is the case, or whatever it might be. And then offer some form of action that you're going to take, come in and grab a free coffee on us, or feel free to give us a call to talk to one of the managers, something like that. So it's really a case of, if you follow those sorts of, those 3 A's of responding to a review, it can go sort of a long way, and not really shooting from the hip and just raging at them about something, which is quite easy to do.
Yes, that's the first reaction, isn't it, to fire one straight back? But take a breath, and think about it in a day's time before you do. But what if the review is completely unfair? What if you weren't in the wrong? Do you accept fault for that? Do you apologise, or how do you get around that? If you think, well, no, we didn't do that, we went wrong.
Well, I think it's the way you respond to the review that you can sort of, assert that. So, one of the 1-star reviews that we got the other day, he said that something along the lines of, that he called us and we were rude, and, he doesn't want to deal with us. And I asked everyone around the office, has anyone received a call from this person? And they're all like, well, no, we never got a call. So he's either mistaken us for another agency, or he is just purely trolling us. And so in the response I gave him, I'm like, I'm sorry, because again, you want to apologize. I'm sorry you had this experience, but I don't think it was us, or so trying to sort of establish that, it's like you must be mistaken, because we've sort of asked around the team and no one's actually been involved in this situation. So you can sort of raise those issues. And I think, talking to a few people in the last few days about, the reviews in this very topic, it's a case of, I think most people are pretty sensible if they do look at a business and go through the reviews and see 1-star reviews. They can see through the people that are probably not being fair, or, look at both sides of the story. And especially if there are plenty of, 5-star reviews or 4-star reviews that are sort of also painting a picture, then, most people are going to say, oh, well, obviously something went wrong in that one instance, but there's also these 20 other instances that, that have gone really well. And so they can sort of then make that judgment call of, do they want to deal with this business or not deal with this business?
I imagine in the food industry, particularly like with restaurants, etc., it could be very damaging if you get one or two bad reviews. But I guess, as you say, if there are more positive reviews, you probably end up, okay.
Yeah, and that's something we talk to our clients about, really around about trying to, and it's probably one of those things, with the mechanic with the dodgy car and the electrician with the wires hanging on the wall. Sometimes we don't necessarily always drink our own medicine, but it is something we say to a lot of our clients, is the best way to combat bad reviews is to get lots of good reviews. So, because, like a lot of people that are having a really good experience don't probably stop to think about, writing a review for a business. And so it's only the people that have a poor experience with the business that then turn around and, write that 1-star or that 2-star review and express their opinion. It really is a case of like encouraging clients to write good reviews. We've sort of seen it with some of the businesses that we work with, where they, might offer a small incentive, to someone every month, go in the draw to win, a grocery hamper or something. Yeah. We're going to draw one out every month to someone that gives us a review, and that can generate obviously just that reminder to, if you have had a good experience, then, give us a review, which can overall help the business grow, more customers down the road. So
yeah, it's quite true, isn't it? Human nature is such that it's a good experience. You could think, oh, well, that was fun. We had a nice night out. That's great. But a bad experience does make you think, well, I'm going to blimmin' write about this. I'm going to sit down at my laptop and I'm going to give them hell.
Yeah. And it is a bit disappointing, that people, when they do have that good experience, and, they may tell their friends and family, but they may not jump online and offer that review and actually give that positive feedback. And it will be sometimes that restaurants or other, businesses, hairdressers or whoever it might be, like if they do just get negative reviews, it can really affect their, their mental well-being, where if they're constantly getting 5-star reviews with positive feedback, then that's going to lift them up every day. So if you are having a good experience with a business, go and give them a 5-star review, because it's going to help them, and that's going to make them feel better, especially if you have had a really positive experience with them.
Yeah. And, I mean, can you restore a reputation of a business that has had a couple of bad reviews and has been affected? And can you bounce back?
Oh, yeah, completely. So, it's just a case of, making sure that you are going out and getting some positive reviews. Again, if the reviews that that you've got, the 1-star reviews that you have actually got that are not, not justified, you can go through that process, as I said, of reporting them to try and get them removed from the system. You may not be successful every time, but it is, it is worth a try if there is, for some reason, it is a fake review, or, they have attacked you personally, or some sort of harassment, or, you can just go through those guidelines that Google have set out, the policies around reviews, and actually just see, does one of these apply to this situation? And if that's the case, you can sort of fill in the form that they've got and see if Google will actually remove it. They take a few days to assess it and then obviously give you a response. And like I said, it may not always happen, but it is worth a try if the review is genuinely fake or other in that sort of sense.
Well, I'll give you a 5-star review for this chat, Quentin. And thank you very much.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you very much. Thanks so much for letting me have some time on air.
Good on you, man. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right. All the best. Thanks, Quentin.